Ododo bi osajaje osande oboranye ekerego muronye na bononye na Africa na yo. Guess what? Today is my birthday. Today is a special day in my life, and I choose to dedicate this special day to my community. To my community, to stand and campaign for the betterment of my community. I stand today most especially to campaign for a community that will serve the best interests of all, especially the most vulnerable children in our community. I stand today to fight, to campaign for those children that their future and ambition to become whatever he or she want to be will not be realized because of their family background. I stand today to campaign for UMUSETI to set a new template that will every one of us will benefit. I stand today to campaign that we will come together to build UMUSETI that every one of us will be proud of, wherever we are. So based on that, I'm using this special day to appeal to all our leaders, all our stakeholders, sons and daughters of UMUSETI, wherever you are. Let's come together and build our community. Let's come together and let's be proud of our community. Running away from your community is not the solution. Turning your community to a burial ground, that the only place that you remember your community is when you have burial and special occasion. It will not help us. If oil is found in Ododo tomorrow or Tagbono tomorrow, every one of us will come back. Wickedness are everywhere. I'm not saying there's no wickedness in our home. There's wickedness. But that should not shy away from our responsibility. That shouldn't push us away from our community. We have a responsibility. So let's come together and fight our community. Let's come together and unite our community. Excuses, those excuses will not help us. Those excuses will not help us. God has brought us for that purpose individually for a purpose. And every one of us have a skill, what it takes to transform that community. So don't look back. Even if it take you, carry, even if you buri shopper, the call kai buri shopper. Do not shy away. Let us not shy away from our responsibility by doing something and watching others. Those attitudes will not help us. So because they know because there are certain things we do, certain things that are priority today in our life will not be priority tomorrow. Take for example, some years ago, what I'm doing today, I've never dreamed in my life that I will be doing what I'm doing today for UMUSETI. I've never think that at the point of my life, I will do what I'm doing today for UMUSETI. Taking consideration of what UMUSETI have done to my father when he was fighting for land. My father has a terrible experience, which I am aware of. That's even enough to put all Ododo away from community affairs. But that's not the case now. I stand today to look at some of the things my father went through. So when I'm writing, I'm not writing as an outsider, I'm writing as an insider. I had a terrible background of UMUSETI right from when I was young. But those negative impact on my father or attitude has not put me off from UMUSETI. It comes to a point in time, I say that my priority have changed. When you grow to a certain level, your priority, the way you look at things changes. I come to myself, so wow, this is time to get involved in my community, even though it's not something I plan. Why am I saying this? Today, some of us are running to the cities. Some of us are in the cities. They don't want to think anything about home. They don't want to run away from. They don't want to be at home because if I judge, no. But we got to a point that city life, you want to go back home. You come to a point in life you want to ask yourself, where am I going to be in next 10, 20 years? But if you run away and you don't put your community in order, when your priority changes, when your thinking changes, where are you going to live? Are you going to come to your village to do your retirement? Or are you going to die in the city? No. So I am appealing to everybody. Let's come together to build UMUSETI. We all have responsibility. If I judge nobody should run away. Look at our community. Every one of us are running away. And the more we run away, the more we continue to depopulate our community. But if our place is developed today, visitors will come to our place. UMUSETI, as I'm talking to you today, have a potential to grow because we have land. We can use that land as a river. We can use that land as an opportunity to attract government, meaningful project that will create jobs in our community. It's possible. All it takes about networking, being proactive, taking responsibility, taking the bush by the horn. Do not wait for anybody. You look at UMUSETI now. We are nowhere. Let us not shy away from our responsibility. We are nowhere. But we have so many issues to do. Our children are roaming the street. There's no something that creates job for them. I'm standing today to speak for that family who have trained their children to graduate level with hope for that child to get a job, and often that child don't have a job. And speak to that old man that's lying on the bed, dying of stroke, because all your effort to make your children to go to the next level has been destroyed because there's no job. I'm speaking to every one of us. Rise and hear my voice, and let's come together and build our community. Let me give ourselves for example. When I visited home last year, I was privileged to visit one of my mentors in those days in River State, who was a former commissioner. And in his house, when we were discussing, I met a man who's an elderly man about almost 90 years. Guess what? This is a man I've read so many times in newspaper, and I've not met him one-on-one. He was a commissioner in those days during the JP administration, the first civilian government in River State. He has also represented River State at federal level. This man was telling us a story. He said at one point in time in his life, he was proud as among the first people of his community to build a duplex along Ogbunabali Road. People who know Port Harcourt know about Ogbunabali. He was among the first people to build a duplex in Ogbunabali. He was proud. He did a duplex and he did it upstairs very well to his high standard. Did the visitors room just mini standard, and was living. Then at one point in his life, he got to a certain stage. He could not even climb upstairs anymore. So the visitor's room in his duplex becomes his room. So one day he came to ask himself, say, now this is life. Now I'm now a visitor in my house, because my strength, I cannot able to travel to climb upstairs again. So I now have to live in the visitor's room downstairs. So when they finish the story, when Nathan say, my children, what can you take from my story? So the story I'm telling you, what can you take from my story? What message are you getting from the story? They say, what I say, Ada, we don't really understand. Could you please interpret? It's okay. The message I'm sending to you for you that you need to do the right thing do the right thing. You need to make sure whatever you do it well, irrespective of whether you need it now or you need it tomorrow. You need to do something whether it benefits you or it doesn't benefit you. Do something do something as it's required. Do something and do it right. Do not do it because let me just do it because it's not me that will use it. So in essence, what he have realized in his life is that if he knew that at one point in time in his life he would not be able to climb upstairs, he would have put that visitor's room downstairs as standard as his bedroom in upstairs. But he has to live in that visitor in his house for over 10 years until his children was able to build a bungalow house somewhere else for him in Port Harcourt before he relocated. So if children did not build the house for him, he would have remained in the duplex and living in the boys' quarter, living in the visitor's room downstairs. So what am I saying, my brother, my sister? What is the message I'm passing through? Message I'm passing is, let us do something to benefit our community. Let us do something to benefit everyone, irrespective of whether we want to benefit from it or not. That is the message I'm passing through. I'm passing across to everybody. Let us come together and develop our community. It doesn't matter whether your children all living abroad, they won't benefit from it. It doesn't matter whether your children are trained, are graduate, are doing well, they will not benefit from it. Let us do something for the sake of humanity. Let us come together and build our community. When I'm writing, I know some of our leaders are not comfortable with my write-up. But we say, let us come together and work together. When I criticize you, I'm not criticizing because you are not doing. I'm criticizing you for you to let us get the best out of us. I'm criticizing our leaders and ourselves. We need to purge ourselves. This is the time we need to challenge ourselves for us to get better. Challenge ourselves constructively with a robust argument. This is not the era to be praising somebody when it's not necessary. This time around, for us, we need to be proactive. We need to take the bull by the horn and to develop UMUSETI. That is the attitude we need. The attitude that Gregoria used in those days to go and get transformer and put this project for us to get electricity. That's the attitude we need. Attitude that will be proactive in able to do something to move the community forward. For example, onye no na asunri nna ya shi biko serekai nili naga iji naga agadupo yi ojipo yi odike kwasoso. That does not mean that he naswa. Your mother is cautioning you so that you'll be faster to be able to get good result. That is the meaning. So when I'm writing and telling our stakeholder and challenging them with some facts, it's not because they are not trying. It's because I want them to be more active, for us who can be more progressive. So did you go no? Osao ike kosande konutu ku in council, could go in council, can see this go no, can see this go, can no, all the representative of UMUSETI, both in Port Harcourt and wherever you are. When I'm writing, I'm not writing because you are not doing anything. I'm writing not because I want to pull you down. I'm writing because I want to urge you. I want to urge you so that spirit to ginger you that we need to be more productive. I'm writing to ginger you that we need to do more to get our community going. So you can just say okay, express and it's old school. I know most of you may not be comfortable with my write-up, but I just want to tell you, I'm not saying you are not trying. You are trying your best, but we need to try more. You need to try more because you need to get where we want to be. Where we are right now is not where we're supposed to be. Taking the consideration of resources UMUSETI have, we should progress more better. And that is the time. This is the time for us to work together. This is not the time to be angry for whatever. This is time to be able to take the best resources, the best point I'm raising from my write-up. Let us use it to work. The one you know that is not, let us keep it and diagnose it if it's something we can use. This is not time to be angry for any one of us. I appreciate your leadership. I appreciate every one of us for what you are doing, but I believe that we can be much better. And the only way to be better is to continue to challenge each other, continue to attend the meeting, engage with one another. Let us not keep our community as a place for burial ground. Let us not be shying away from our responsibility and running away. God is not going to bring Dangote to come and beautify UMUSETI. It is Dangote, it is we that go to develop UMUSETI. And the only way we can develop UMUSETI is to be more proactive and take the bull by the horn. Let us stop sitting at the fence. Let us start sitting neutral. Let us stop waiting for anybody. The quarterly meeting is not a place to go and decide and take decision of where we should take UMUSETI for. A quarterly meeting is a place to give a report. That is the old template we have. We are not going to move UMUSETI forward by going to meet there every 3 months. How many months do we have? 3 months we have in a year. 3 months, which means we are going to meet 4 times in a year to go and discuss the affairs of UMUSETI. My brother, my sister, we can't move forward with such template. You may not agree with me, but that's the fact. Last year we met only once or twice, so we lost like 2 meetings, which means we lost like 8 hours that we're supposed to deliberate in affairs of UMUSETI. This year, how many times have we met? Can we move forward for this? The clock is ticking. You have a responsibility. I have a responsibility. Let us not fight each other. Let us not be angry with each other. Let us take emotion aside and be very critical on the issue on ground. And that's the best way we can move forward. God bless you all. Onye na-anụ ọgwụ iji mma na-anụ onye ọgwụ na ọbụ asị fa na-ekwubo ife obodo ọdịnịma obodo ọdịnịma nwute ọdịnụnọ onye na-anụ ọgwụ. I'm not writing to create enemy. I'm writing for the progress and for the benefit and for the success of UMUSETI. And where the need be or where the need arises for me to praise anybody, I will praise you. I will look for the best fit words to praise you. But there's one thing in the marketing before I round up. One thing we learned in marketing. There are certain words, certain keywords you need when your product is not selling in the market. But there are certain keywords you need when your product have already created a niche in the market. There are different languages you use. So at this point in time, our product is not selling. So our language should be different. God bless you all. Thank you and bye.